I would like to take a minute and speak about this prevalent trend of hijab fashion and hijabi fashionista. Before anyone gets defensive and feels they are being attacked, this is not about anyone's personal journey, rather more about public journeys and how we are influencing our youth. So no one is judging anyone nor being holier than thou. This is a bit food for thought. Recently, I have been seeing fashion shows, catwalks, Muslim women on the runway. The highlighting of this is modest fashion, where the idea is to cater for Muslim women. I completely understand Muslim women fall into many categories when it comes to implementing the hijab and its entirety. And by that, I don't mean it's just the headscarf. I understand the difficulty in implementing the hijab. Been there, done that. I understand all the thought process before finally making the decision to implement the hijab outwardly and inwardly. I also understand wanting to look nice and presentable. What I don't accept nor understand is the category of women who outright reject the command. Our attire and what we have been commanded to wear is clear-cut. It's already said in the Quran and Hadith. It's fine for you to do a business, also fine for you to cater for Muslim women, as there is a huge market. But I feel somewhere in all this business I'm making a name. The true essence and identity of a Muslimah is getting lost behind makeup, pouts, and effectiveness. And here is the case example of one student who don't know how to wear the proper hijab, but gladly she has a good friend who can teach and guide her to be a good Muslimah. And they also discuss about the problem, the issue, the effect, and the solution about the hijab fashion. And we also discuss about the fashion haircut of men that's contradict with the Islamic perspective.
I think this one is. I think this one is very.
It's now the trend, right?
Yes. Very classy.
Yeah, we can wear earring.
What do you think about my style? Because I think I want to go to class tomorrow by just doing like this.
Yeah, you can still follow the trend because
This is serious problem. Based on the previous epilogue, can you see that most people, especially teenagers, they tend to follow the trends even though the trends are not based on the Shariah compliance. This is influenced, of course, by Western trending and also the famous artists, for example, like in Instagram, without realizing that their attire are not proper attire in Islam. Also, the other reason is the mentality of people nowadays, which is they think that wearing attire based on the Sharia compliance are old-fashioned, obsolete, and uncivilized.
As we all know, clothing provides cover for the body, and if it is not properly covered in the eyes of Sharia, it is not worth to be called clothes. In the narration of Sahih Muslim, Rasulullah SAW has stated that he warned that people, he will not become a witness on the day of Qiyamah for women who are actually wearing a clothes but yet naked. There are three effects for not wearing a Sharia compliance attire. Firstly, people might put a slander on you or your family as you are the one who who symbol your own dignity and your family dignity. Second, it is utterly shame for a generation of Islam wearing something that is not properly show the Islam but instead showing the Western way. And the third one is if you're wearing a not Sharia compliance attire, it might lead zina of the eyes of someone around you.
Okay, as we have known the issues, we suggest that the Ministry of Education should regulate the new rules of wearing the proper attire that following the Sharia compliance for the students who are at primary level, secondary level, also the university level.
Moreover, the community should support Muslims to aware of Shariah hijab. For example, it should create some motivational talk about how good hijab Shariah is, and many more. How about we as a student? Yes, that's a nice question. As a student, you also can alert to this issue by doing something. I personally suggest that we can do something, for instance, to create video about hijab Shariah in tutorial like this. Or we also can create some campaign like this. Say yes to hijab Shariah, my scarf, my dignity.
However, men are not exceptional to have issues with their fashion or attire. This is because men, they would prefer to shave or cut their hair to look like this. So, those are the pictures of men who cut their hair, which is actually prohibited in Islam. This is called qaza.
Hi guys, so how is it? So the conclusion is, in Quran, chapter 33, verse 59, Allah give this command that means, O Prophet, say to your wife, your daughter and the women of the believer that they should let down themselves upon their jalabi. So what is jalabi? Well, jalabi is plural jilbab, that means loose outer garment. In Majma'u al-Bahrain, it defines as white dress, wider than the scarf, shorter than the robe. So this means that Islamic dress code is not just consist of the scarf that cover our head, neck and bosom. In example, a combination of tight, short sweater with a tight fitting jean is not follow the Shariah compliant. So let us transform ourselves to become a better Muslim.